Hey guys, welcome back to the part 2 of this tutorial series on becoming a full stack mobile developer with Flutter and Serverpod. Today we'll be going through the installation of Serverpod and all the requirements, setting up your environment, installing all the requirements to get started with Serverpod. This tutorial is a series and I made a video on the introduction on why Serverpod and why you need to upscale to be a full stack mobile developer. So ensure to check out the video. The link will be in the description below, and also support this growing community by subscribing to this YouTube channel. Make sure you like and drop a comment as well to help the YouTube algorithm even to show more people. Now let's get right into the video. So we'll be going through the documentation of Serverpod. The link should be in the description. So I'll just go to the installation. So the first and foremost, you have to have Flutter installed because Serverpod works with Flutter, so you have to have Flutter installed. So that if you don't have Flutter installed, you can easily find that on flutter.dev. Just check out flutter.dev, the documentation, and you will have Flutter installed on your machine. So the next thing now is to make sure Serverpod data connectivity. You need to have a Postgres SQL database, and Serverpod themselves recommend using Docker to run Postgres. So for you to have Docker on your system, just open the website. The link also will be in the description. So once you go to Docker website, then you just download the software either on Mac, Windows, or Linux, depending on the OS that you are on. So just download for your OS. I already have mine. So once you are done downloading, you should have something like this. So I will just open my Docker. So you should have something like this. So you don't need to sign up. It's not compulsory to sign up, so you can just skip this part. It does not affect anything that you are signed up or not, so you can just skip it. You have like this particular dashboard, so this is like an empty container, so we are good to go for this. So after Docker, the next thing you have to have installed is Serverpod itself, and as you can read here, Serverpod is installed using that package manager. So to install Serverpod, just run this particular command. So just copy .pub global activate Serverpod _CLI. So you can just copy this, open your terminal. So once you open your terminal, just paste this in your terminal. So let me just get my terminal, then paste this. So it will run. Although I already have Serverpod installed, so it won't take much time. So this is what we have here. Then to check if the installation is done correctly, you can just run Serverpod, then it will give the detail of Serverpod in your terminal. So after that, there is another recommended installation, which is the VS Code extension for Serverpod. So you can just navigate to VS Code. I have my VS Code here. So on the extension marketplace, you can just click on the extension tab, then you can search for Serverpod. So once you search for Serverpod, you have something like this, then click on install, then you have that installed. This is to help you with generation and everything that is required, probably auto complete and all sort of other things. So let's go back to the documentation. So after installing the extension, I'm not sure there's extension for other IDs or code editor, but it's only available on VS Code. So once you are done installing, then the next thing is to install the Serverpod Insight. So this is, if you check the intro video I made earlier, you can see I made mention of a monitor, that is Serverpod monitor, where you get to monitor the performance of your app and all sorts. So that's the Serverpod Insight. So you can just install it. This link also should be in the description. So once you click on this, you'll be able to download for Mac or Windows. So if you're on Mac or Windows, you can just click on download and it will load the software. So once you are done downloading, you should have something like this. So I'll just open my, because I already have it installed. So you have something like this. Still coming up. So you have something like this. I already have this project, so we'll be adding another project later. So let's just skip that. So going back to the installation. So now the next thing, we are done with the installation, is to just create a project and test run it to see if everything is actually working fine. So to create a project with Serverpod is simple as creating a Flutter project. So what you just have to run is Serverpod create the project name, just like the naming convention, the naming guideline that we have in Flutter, the underscore, no space, and all. So just open your terminal once more, then create a project. I'll just be creating a sample project here. So I'll run Serverpod, then create, name it sample. So Serverpod create sample. It will take a few seconds to generate all the required files, and you should have our project in seconds. Alright, so if everything works as it should, you should have something like this. In case you run into any error, kindly drop it in the description below, or join my Discord server where I answer questions and resolve bugs as necessary. The link also is in the description below. So once you have something like this, you can see all set up, you are ready to rock. Start your Serverpod by running. So we have I will open the project on VS Code so you can see the project, but just for quick run, you can just navigate to the server folder. Then to start the Docker database, you run Docker compose up with this, then apply migration. So we'll be going into that, but first let me just open the project on my VS Code. So I'll just go back to VS Code. Let me open the project. I gave it sample, so this is the project here. I'll just open it up. So this is the folder: sample client, sample Flutter, sample server. So we have this folder, 3 folder generated by Serverpod itself for our backend usage. So this is everything we need, and this is what we have. So now we'll be using the terminal basically. So I can be using my system terminal or VS Code terminal. So let me just stick with this. So just like the instruction that is stated here, so to start the server, you have to navigate to the sample server. If you check, we have 3 folders: sample server, sample Flutter, sample client. So to start, everything that are released to server is inside this folder. So for us to run any server command, we have to navigate to this folder, which is sample folder. So I'll just write cd sample server. So I have to navigate to the project first, sample. So after sample, then sample server, then I have something like that. So as you can read in the documentation here, to run a new project, you must first start the database from Docker file that is included with the project. And to start that, you have to run Docker compose up. So this will start the progress database. You can stop by pressing Ctrl+C in the terminal if you want, or run servers in the background. You can use with the -d flag. So we'll be using with -d flag, and also the instruction that is here that we have here, which is Docker compose or build -detach. So we'll just be running Docker compose up -d here. So should be Docker compose -d. So in few seconds it's going to run on the server, and mind you must have the app running. You must have this Docker running. As you can see, immediately I run that command, this sample server is already has been signaled and it is running already. So you must have this app up and running for you to run this command. As you can see, everything is created and we are good to go. Then the next thing we need to do now is to run this bin/main.dat, and the reason why we are doing that, you can have it here. So now that the database is up and running, we can start Serverpod server. Because we are running the project for the first time, we need to create the database table used by Serverpod, and that's why we are using this run main.dat apply migration. So I'll just copy this, then open my terminal, then run it again. So once you run this, it will start the Serverpod server again, so we can access the localhost. So give this few minutes. Alright, so we are active now. So if I go to this localhost, let me just copy the link from here. So if I go to this localhost, you can see that the localhost is already active. I can navigate to localhost 2 like this, and you can see that Serverpod is up and running already. So we can now test the Serverpod project that is, the generated projects by default that Serverpod creates. So now we can navigate to the Flutter app and just run the app on Chrome just to see what we have there. So now on my project, we navigate to the Flutter folder, main.dat. You can see the code here. So I will just navigate to the sample Flutter like this, and I have it here. Then I will just run the project on Chrome. So give it a few seconds. Alright, so we already have the Chrome app running already. As you can see, it's already up and running. So just give it a few seconds for it to come up, and you can see the sample code that is generated by default with Serverpod. So this is just like a greeting. So I can just enter my name, Samuel, then it will return hello Samuel. So for this to work, we have two things we have one thing that is making this work. That's the Docker that is running the server at the moment. So it's because the server is up and running, that's why we are able to do this on the Chrome. In case the Docker is not running, then this will return an error. Yeah, so that's all for this installation, and join me in the next video where I'll be building something interesting. So if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure you click on the subscribe button, drop a comment, make sure you like the video as well, and also join me on Discord to get your question answered, and also even to join the community at large. So here I'll be answering your question, debugging in case you're having any issue whatsoever, and also we'll be getting everything fixed there. So that's what the Discord server is all about. And also, again, make sure you subscribe and drop a comment if you enjoyed the video. See you in the next video.